Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. I am going to talk a little bit about the fact that I'm in a really empty office building right now. As deemed essential because of the services that we offer in technology, we're able to kind of keep coming in here and doing what we do, but it is definitely a skeleton crew. So I hope you are all safe and well, and I hope your families and friends are as well. We know a few folks that have been affected, but everyone seems to be hanging in there, so I hope the same for you guys. And with that said, because everyone's probably working from home or different environments than they're used to, I'm going to just talk a little bit slowly here and give some folks a chance to join us. We have some new faces already showing here participating. Welcome for the first time. If you haven't been with us in the past, and looking forward to seeing you hopefully monthly as we review some information for our reseller community. Really appreciate that you're joining us in your partnership. And again, you know, we're here to help out through all of this, so please, as we go through some of the information I'm going to present today, keep it in mind. Today we're going to do something that we don't always do. Since this is a recurring and the information is kind of available on the site once you kind of are familiar with what I go through, today we're actually going to do a recording because a lot of people, again, may be scrambling to get the connectivity that they're used to. So we're going to do a recording. We'll send that out, and then also these slides are going to be available to you as well. So a lot of information here, more than I usually present. I'm still going to try to keep it in that half-hour window that I usually do. But again, we're going to have that slides and information. So don't have to scramble to write everything down because we're going to get that out to you. As we go here. So that said, I'm going to just slowly move through this so that folks aren't going to miss out on the beginning slides here. If you're used to our presentation, it's a little bit about the company anyway. So what I want to talk a little bit about the partner program and partnering with VoIP Supply is that we're here so that you can leverage us using our partners and our resources to help build your business, bring awesome VoIP solutions to your clients, and we're here to help you along the way. So we're going to talk a little bit today about what everyone's talking about because you can't avoid it, and that's the work from home solutions, and try to help you get some ideas there or get some resources in front of you there if you don't already have it. I'm sure you've done a ton of research on this already for your clients, and as have we. And obviously in this industry in VoIP, we're ideally suited for that work from home situation and multiple location situations. So working remotely, working on all kinds of devices. So that's the wonderful thing about our industry. So I know us here at VoIP Supply and our partners are feeling very fortunate that we're still working along and actually enabling folks to continue to work along the best that we can. So that said, during the webinar, please use the Q&A feature. There's a chat button down there. Just click on the bubble and ask the questions. I'll try very hard to get to those during the webinar, but I have to bounce to some other screens to do that and see that. But feel free to throw your questions in there, and I'll do what I can to answer them during the course of it. And if I can't get you an answer, as always, I'll try to get back to you directly. And I'll give you my contact info at the end too, so that if there's something that comes up after the fact and you want to ask a question, fire it right over to me directly. So, or anybody that you work with here at VoIP Supply on our team. Many of you already work with other folks on our sales team or have interacted with our customer service folks, and we're all here to help out. And I'll do this briefly. I know some of you are a little newer based on what I'm seeing here for who's on board right now. So I won't talk too much about it, but we've been doing this for about 18 years. We started in that SIP space, that open source SIP space, and been focused on that hardware, delivering solutions and hardware to customers for all those many years. Really focused in that niche market, and we still continue to do so. Some of our product lines with the vendors that might spill over into more proprietary stuff might be the only situation where you're going to see things that we carry that aren't really geared towards that open SIP solution. But for the most part, that's really what we do. There's a lot of the adjacent space to it as well. I may get to that a little bit more later, but the things that are on the phones, overhead paging, access control, video surveillance or video conferencing, all that stuff that goes into a great solution for the office. But again, the team here, we're more than just a website. Look at that little blue arrow pointed at that old bald guy. That would be me. we're here to help out on these solutions. We've been doing it for a long time. In the last few years, we started adding the services as well. So if you are not already selling service, or you're doing so and need to add various services in terms of SIP trunking or cloud or white label to your offerings, we're here to help out as well within our partner program, and we'll get to a little bit more about that. Leverage our experts. We've got a ton of combined experience. I'm the newbie, working on my 10th year at VoIP Supply, and a lot of the folks that are on the phones have been here even longer. So that said, let's kind of start talking about what everyone's talking about this week and what we want to talk about. We've added, as you notice here, we've added some work from home parts to the site right now, so you can go up there quickly, find some things to help your clients out. Everyone, I don't know what you've been doing, but I know what I've been doing for the last 10 days or so. Power supplies, headsets, webcams, and headsets and power supplies. So it's been crazy. Notice on here too, if you can't get a headset, or if you're conferencing from a quieter space, like I am, kind of sequester myself for the webinar, the Callisto is a really kind of neat little device. It's a speaker, which, you know, obviously is a little harder to blank out sounds around you. So if you're working from home and the dog's barking and the kids are playing, not ideal. But headsets being scarce, that may be the only choice in certain situations, or it may be ideal if you've got yourself a nice quiet little spot in your house that your office is set up. But the USB headsets, there are, you know, 1 minute I have some and the next minute I don't. So please, I want you to keep that in mind as I go through here and you're seeing products that on all of these things, I may say, no, I don't have inventory right now, and then I may have 1,000 of them tomorrow. And we're doing everything we can to bring a ton of inventory in right now to meet those needs that aren't the everyday thing that folks are asking for. You know, not instead of just endpoints, everything to kind of work from home. Snom has done a great job of stepping up to this area, and I'm going to talk a little about, you know, some of their things here. As you can see, the power supplies and the dongles to give you Wi-Fi capability, where everyone can't run a network cable through their house or to their home office. So keep that in mind, and this is a partner that we've had an amazing past year with as we grow our distribution relationship with them, and they're supporting us and our resellers to bring these solutions to the home office. Take a look at this. We have a lot available here, and as I move, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time on every little teeny part. Again, the webinar slides are going to be made available to you, and hopefully a recording happening right now that will be decent enough that you can even follow along later if you'd like to, or have missed anything. I want to focus here a little bit. This is kind of a neat little part of the Snom lineup that falls right into this category. Not only allowing the home office, but some mobility within the home, some things that let you be more, I guess, office friendly. A lot of the DECT solutions are those carry around handsets, and that's great in the mobility, but maybe you like that desk phone or need that desk phone to add a little more common office functionality that you're used to. And the DECT solution from Snom does that very well, because they have a desk phone that is also able to use that DECT technology to get you to put that device wherever you need to without having to be tied down to cabling and having to run network cable. So a really cool solution, capable of multiple lines and calls and call appearances. That's just a great way to get that home office going. And I also want to bring your attention to the bottom of the page, and I'll probably send you a little bit more about this later too. There's other slides here that also reference. This is very specific to this particular slide. But the VoIP Insider blog, if you're not part of that, I highly advise to go take a look at that part of the site too. And yeah, of course I told you that and then flipped away because that's just what I do. But I've got another one coming up, and I'll draw your attention back to that again in a little bit. These headsets, USB, the most prized possession I think anyone can own right now, USB headsets to get that work from home setup going. We have a lot of this inventory headed our way, so rest assured, if you do need USB headsets, you may not have them this very minute. I may or may not some of the stuff we talk about today in the moment, but we've got so much coming in, you know, and everyone was reactive about this because all of a sudden it went from we're fine and then to, you know, businesses only and essential businesses to no one can go to work. So it went very quickly to we have plenty of inventory and to all of a sudden not. But rest assured, there are thousands of headsets heading our way. some of the Snom solutions are coming in pretty darn quickly, so these products are going to be well within your grasp very quickly. Come to us and ask, check our site, check availability there, call your rep here, or just call into the main number and ask if there's anything that you need. It may be no, and then it may be yes tomorrow. So, and that's definitely true of most of the USB products going on right now, where I may have 1,000 right now and they'll be gone by tomorrow. So just ask us, ask our team, and we'll get you on that list. We'll keep you posted as to what is or isn't available, and just please ask. Poly, also one of our top partners, and one of the fastest selling products that we've got out there. Also talk about the home office bundle options, some very simple headsets that are inexpensive, so you can outfit your workforce very quickly without breaking the bank. The Eagle Eye Mini bundle camera that lets you do that video conferencing from home. I could enable my video camera, but then you would see me during this, and I don't really want that. But sometimes that's essential in terms of making sure all your team is paying attention to the meeting going on. And I know I'm probably one of the worst in our office about doing the video part of the conferencing. I don't even have one at my main desk here in that open office environment. I'm not really keen on it. But I've seen plenty of our team is really awesome about it. They have good backdrops. We've had some great meetings with our whole team participating, especially in the last 10 days or so. So please, these are great products to look for on our site now. Again, the Voyager, which is Bluetooth option. So if you don't have the USB, there are some Bluetooth options that might work equally as well for you. And again, the Callisto is another version for the small home office space that is that speaker phone. So again, of course, the dog's barking. It's not going to be the best solution there, but if you've got a nice space like I'm working on it right now, you're in great shape with that device as well. And also, of course, it's USB and easy to work with. And these are some sweet bundles. That Studio on the right especially, this is a really easy to use USB-based all-in-one package to do video conferencing with. This is tremendous for the huddle, but again, if you've got a space where you've got a little bit of distance between you and your wall or something like that, you can actually do a really cool overall video conferencing just with one quick setup, and very compatible with all the various platforms out there for video conferencing, like Zoom, which I think I've heard Zoom in the last 10 days than I have, more times in the last 10 days than my entire life. So, and that Alera is an awesome option as well. Very cool to use with your other smartphone devices and everything. So good stuff. Just really good ways to get mobile, get those home offices up and running in a time where everyone's been scrambling to do that as quick as possible. CompTel, another tremendous partner, has bundled up some of their products in really easy to understand, easy to use, full, complete solutions. So the video and the audio all in one place. So this is another tremendous line to look at. They have some of the highest audio quality products out there in the conferencing space, always have. And they have, over the last year, developed a lot of video conferencing solutions as well. And they were headed in this direction, so perfectly timed. I guess, proper planning and good execution, you kind of make your own luck sometimes. And it's really cool how CompTel's solutions have shown up ahead of this curve and just in time to help us out of our current situation. So I highly advise you, if you haven't looked at these guys, another tremendous way to bring the conferencing to your offices and to your home. Very cool. And without going over everything, because I can't possibly go over everything today that I have in the deck if I stop and talk about every single one of these solutions, but we have a lot of video conferencing solutions. The Zoom, which I just mentioned a moment ago, very popular. Everyone knows who they are. Grand Stream IP Video Talk. That's how I'm presenting to you today, actually. A really cool platform, inexpensive, integrates with obviously everyone's mobile ways to connect and ways to connect over video. and join into webinars, meetings, impromptu meetings, and screen shares. Unbelievable collaboration tools. So I'm so used to it. I use it all the time, and it's funny. I can be sitting at my desk, click a couple buttons, and be sharing content with my partners all the time. It's just a great way to do things. 3CX, Lifesize, Poly, Conftel, Sangoma, Zulu, Mobile. All these are different video conferencing solutions that help you quickly bring your office to your home and really keep you in business when things are rough right now. So take a look at all those. Again, slides are available. If I went over all of these, we'd be here for a while with the details. But again, we have plenty of options for you to get those video solutions up and running. And here's another situation where the VoIP Insider blog, this is another slide I knew was coming up, so when I went through and kind of tabbed through quickly past the last one, the 3CX webinar remote working was a pretty cool little webinar. That's up on the VoIP Insider blog link here below. And you can go in there and push play. I think if I saw it correctly, it's somewhere in the 17-minute range for a presentation. So it's a nice little presentation, especially if you're familiar with 3CX. And how to kind of get your office going, all the different collaboration and communication tools that are built into it. So a very nice application, a very nice PBX for that, for that application. So if you're not familiar with 3CX and you want to learn more about it, ask your rep here, tune into that webinar. And there's plenty of resources here. 3CX has been a tremendous partner of us for tons of years, and this past year that's just booming. So if you're not familiar with that PBX and you're interested in both the ability to deliver in the cloud and on-prem, this is a great solution for you. In this slide, I'm putting in here, obviously Sangoma being our parent company, we want to talk about them whenever we can. But this is unique in that it's paired up with one of our partners called System, and it's a way to deploy your PBX in the cloud. And as I was talking with Mary, our marketing manager, before the presentation, one of the things that, of course, is really important about the cloud now, in this case, yes, it's quite often an on-prem solution, but now more than ever, access to buildings, getting out and about, and that is something that we're avoiding and trying to avoid as much as possible. So a good way to spin up an instance of an entire PBX for one client is to do the cloud version of it. So System's very easy. We can demo this for you and just launch an entire server, load your PBExact onto it and be up and running very, very quickly. So there's a webinar that's available too, and you can take that YouTube link, go up there and take a look at it. Very quickly and easily put up entire PBXs. And I know that, of course, all the essential parts of our economy and industries right now is obviously the healthcare side of things. And over the last several days, we've gotten a lot of requests from doctors' offices, small clinics, and things like that are still running at 100% to keep working with their patients, to keep them healthy and treat them if they're unfortunate enough to end up needing that treatment, as opposed to the prevention that we're trying to do. This is a great product. Grandstream is a tremendous partner. Their video solutions have been around for a number of years. The nice thing about the GXV video phones, one of the things, and one of my other coworkers pointed out the other day, is that based on that Android platform, when you've got something like that, not only do you have the ability to do that video feed and have those video conference calls, one of the things about these phones is that they're also based on the Android OS. So and a lot of doctors and other types of businesses are using applications that are available in the Android space, and you can load those onto the phone like that. So you can actually go in and put apps on here that you can reference and use on the phone right in front of your fingertips. So a tremendous tool, not only for the telehealth solutions that we're hearing about so much these days, but just to use the apps and things too when it's all said and done. But a ton of utility out of a phone like this. And there you go, essentials. Got to have your speakerphones for collaboration because you don't want to have to crowd around a screen with anybody, so you want to keep your distance and use those speakerphones when you're in a space that can do so. And of course, web cameras. And if you go on our site right now and look for these things, I might have a camera 1 minute and not the next. I want to emphasize that you keep, if you're having trouble getting a USB solution or a webcam or any of this product, make sure you're in touch with us because, again, every day we're getting shipments in and out, and we're still providing, the connectivity and the ability for folks to work from home, and that's what we're doing at a crazy pace. And moving past just the work from home, for those of you who don't know about our affiliate program, some of you are agents and are providing the service aspect and delivering the VoIP solutions, but don't really want to handle the hardware at all and aren't really interested in it. The affiliate program is for you in that case. If you're not buying and selling the hardware to go with it, please ask us about the affiliate program. This is a way to send your customers right off of your site to us by posting a link that's unique to your company. And as they come to us to purchase the products to go with your solutions, you will get credit for that and get paid for that. So a nice add-on to our overall VoIP Supply Partner Program. Please ask me about that, or ask your rep about that, or follow up after the webinar about that. I'd love to help you out with it. And I'm reading a quick question here that was sent over about small businesses who have not made the move to VoIP services, and asked them. And the question is, what do I suggest? Hosted or local server, such as free PBX. So that's awesome. Great question. So there's some preference in there, but hosted, I think, for small businesses, a lot of people think that I would say a lot of people think that there's a breaking point in terms of what makes sense for a small business in terms of the cost per seat and hosting versus, the businesses kind of past the per seat and can have more of a limited number of channels. So there's some interesting question to think about. I would say a lot of the small businesses that haven't bothered to go to VoIP are probably so small that they think they don't need it, and that in those situations where you're talking, 20, 10, 5, associates somewhere in there, ideal for cloud and really easy to spin up very quickly. And as I'm answering that, I'm thinking about a couple of our partners that have stepped up in the home office transition. It's an ideal time because you can have, BroadVoice is a good example, they can spin up your service within 48 hours without even really having hardware on site. I know Tetra is one of our partners that is doing free training for teams at the home office, and those are very quick to implement cloud solutions. So I'm not going to ever dissuade you from doing it on-prem, but a small business might not be even opening their offices right now. So getting in there to put VoIP in place so that they can become VoIP ready and home office ready may be a little bit challenging right now. So I like both solutions and we support both, but to be upfront about it, I think for those smaller businesses, cloud is ideal. Again, as I was mentioning earlier, in terms of feeling fortunate that we're part of that industry, I think that's one of the reasons why. So, oops, sorry about that. I jumped ahead, and I'm going to do that anyway. So, additional resources page is what I end up jumping ahead to. And if I didn't answer that question, by the way, adequately, please, contact me after and ask again, or I can guide you to that. We can all guide you to quickly spinning up those cloud services for your clients and making it easy for them to go from not evolving into that cloud world to doing that very quickly. And of course, part of what we do in the partner program is make sure you're getting that recurring revenue stream. And that's something you'll get paid on. And all but one exception I could think of, it's an evergreen situation. So as long as your client is a customer of the service provider that you sign up through us, you're going to get paid on that, and they're going to be really happy customers too. So again, here's a whole bunch of VoIP Insider links, and I'm not going to ask you to memorize those because, again, those slides are going to be available to you. But that's a pretty cool list of resources for you, hot desking and work from home and all these different things that we've got posted right now that are key to what's going on out there in the workplace. and the Work from Home Essentials link that's right up on our site right now. And I'm bouncing around here for real quick just to see if I've got any more quick questions that have popped up. And Stephen, by the way, again, if that was not a good enough answer, just let me know directly later, and I'll show you my contact info. Oh, and what slide is this? This is a fun slide. And when these webinars up every once in a while, we're fortunate enough to do a giveaway. And I don't know, headsets are hard to come by, so are power supplies, so we're not giving those away this week. But guess what? We've got you covered. And for those of you who are here today, I might be able to find you a commodity that no one else can right now. And we're going to give away some TP. Yes, when there's no one in the office, we have some here for the associates who aren't here anymore. Everyone's at home, so we don't really need it all here anyway. So we're going to send this out to a few folks, have a little fun with the with what's going on right now. And I hope this isn't offensive to anybody, and that you all think it's as funny as I do, and that you know, some of you are here are going to be the proud winner of said hard-to-get commodity. I'm having trouble not laughing out loud while I stare at this. So, and here you go. Here's me. Here's how you get in touch with me after here to ask any questions about what you've seen today. And we'd love you to be part of our program, our partner program. Call us, use our expertise, use our resources, leverage our partners, leverage everything that we do, and give me a shout and give your rep here a shout after the fact. And thank you very much for joining me. And I'll pull some names out of the hat after this, and we'll be shipping out some amazing, amazing prizes. Well, it's only one prize, but we're going to send out to several of you. So, and then when you tell your friends about it, you'll be like, I can't believe someone did that. Thanks again for joining me this afternoon. I'm going to check one more time to see if any other questions have popped up right now. And if so, see if I can't answer them. And it looks like not at the moment. So I am going to wish you an awesome afternoon, a safe afternoon, stay healthy, stay socially away from all your friends right now so that they feel like you might have done something wrong. But that's just to stay safe. Thanks again for joining us. I'll see you next time. Call me if you have any questions. Call your rep. Have a great afternoon.